Good morning and welcome to Pizza Katerina car. I got the thing on and I'm not really watching you, but I decided I want to do a video diary. I wanted to do written blog, but I don't really have time to write and all of these things. So I've decided I'm going to start a video diary of building my pizza empire. And some days are very boring and nothing really happens. And then some days there seems like there's a lot that happens, and trying to pinpoint pivotal moments as my business grows is something I sort of just have wanted to catalog, and I haven't found the means to do it. And so I thought this might be a way. So as I scratch my eye, it's 6 o'clock. So a recap up till now, I guess I should just say maybe from yesterday. Maybe I can plan on doing it like on my way home or on my way in the next day. I'm not sure. And maybe this will only ever just be for my own self-preservation and my own, as I'm building this business. I'm not sure. It's probably just for me. We're also narcissistic anyway. Like, we are breeding and have been bred into narcissistic beings that we're the only thing that matters. And that anyone even ever gives a shit about what we do. It's so dumb. And I will give a shit about what I've done. And hopefully, when, maybe this can be the thing that I keep up. I keep trying to keep up on different things, but it's tricky because time. Sitting down and writing takes too much time as much as I love to do it. So, this is sort of my day one of where I am now. Today is March 1st, 2023. I am a badass business boss, maybe woman, I'm not sure, but I'm feeling very badass because the things that have been happening are things that I've been trying to put in motion for a long time that I'm finally starting to see the fallout or the coming together of. So yesterday in our pizza shop, I had a meeting with research and development at Kellogg in Battle Creek, Cereal City, and they have hired me to put on a team building event for their research and development, some of the people in their research development team. What their roles are, I was told, but I'm not sure. I know that they're all in R&D. So yesterday, I got to go to Battle Creek and meet with Jim, and Jim took me around Kellogg, and I was introduced to some people who are working on shelf stabilization packaging, and these are all things that I'm growing more interested in because of us moving forward with our business and focusing on wholesale, direct sales for sure, but wholesale. And today I get to do something else, but I'm gonna talk about that later. So I'm gonna continue on yesterday because I got the ADHD brain and I am medicated. However, it is tricky for me to sometimes stay on track. Linear, I'm trying to think linear. So yesterday I got to meet with Jim and I got to go around and see so many amazing parts of their research and development space. Learn a lot about the company that I didn't know, and I was shown their test kitchen. I was shown where they scale. So like from my scale, from these small batches that I do, my batches of dough balls are still 11. Our size dough balls, I get 11 in a batch. And so they showed just sort of a brief, what they do. And then he put language to some of the things that I've been working on for consistency out of our shop, which is taking pictures of our pizzas, what they should look like as dough, what they should look like when they're sauced, what they should look like with regular cheese, with the pecorino cheese, with shredded mozzarella, with vegan. Anyway, so I've been sort of doing these videos, or not videos, but these pictures, and Jim was telling me how they do the similar thing, and then there's a word for it, which Jimmy knew, because they're engineers, and there's this, right, like quality whatever. And it was fun to hear that some of the things that I am doing, because it seems like the right next step, it is, at least from a larger organization's perspective on food, and probably not just food, but everything. I just happen to see food, and I'm in food. So that was really cool. I got to talk about the program that I'm gonna put in for them, which is starting from dough and rolling dough balls, and the sort of challenges that I'm going to put in place, and then the winners and the losers and what they have to do. And so it'll be both sort of just fun. It'll be some challenges, and like old school facilitation, you build and build and build. You build and build and build. Put on the pressure. So I'm excited about that. And when that happens on March 14th, I'll make sure to chime you in. But then I go to the shop. I have a meeting with a friend of mine who's also a female business owner, and Carrie from Good Batch Popcorn. And we were talking about, we want to share space, and talking about the health department stuff and USDA and county health department versus MDARD, which is Michigan State stuff, and why we have to have it, and having a meeting set up so that we know that we're following the right steps, and making sure that I'm not paying twice. You got to pay the county health department for your license, and then they inspect you, but then moving towards Michigan State, or not Michigan State, but the state of Michigan, which will handle my wholesale side. And so then I won't be under the county anymore. I'll be under the state, and how that all works and plays. And it's a lot of, so that's like, there's so many moving pieces to this puzzle. So then I finish with Carrie, and Molly's there, who does, she manages our wholesale section, and so we're talking about all these different things. And then I have a meeting with Toast. So we currently use Square, and I had a meeting with Toast. Last year it didn't make sense that we would transition. This year it does make more sense that we transition. However, then then it's another thought, right? So all of the things that I had in place about meaning the mechanics, so my Square station and my to-go Square station, all of these things that cost me thousands of dollars to buy. Now, if I switch, now I got another couple $1,000s that I'd have to spend. And they're not any less expensive. They just give more services. But then I have to weigh out, is that cost right now where I need to spend a couple $1,000s? And that's, it's a whole nother thing. So now I'm thinking about, when on the big scale of things that I need as I grow, is that it? I can do all of those things that Toast will do, but they are in different places. And so then that takes my time, because I got to do it here and I got to do it here. And sometimes I don't do it. Some of the stuff I should, because it's in a different program. And it's a lot of back and forth, where Toast sounds like they have all the stuff in one house, but then you got to pay for it. And it's not going to save me money. So it's not even like I can recoup the cost. Now I can probably sell some of my Square stuff, which that, I could probably do that. I've got a couple iPads, and I could probably, sell that to make my money to do that. But I can't sell it first. You have to know that you're going to be able to sell it after. Anyway, when I have other bigger fish that I got to fry, as far as money, where my money goes. So it's always this thought about where is my money going to be best spent when you are limited in resources, financial resources, where, what do I have? Well, I got my time, which is how I've been doing it all this time. So yes, I'd like to. Can I afford it? No. Do I want to put resources there right now? I don't think so. So then that was yesterday. And then I go from there to now the shop's open. Now it's 4:00. And I've got customers coming in. And our first customer happened to be an author with a local librarian. So she's a Michigan author. She writes children's and young adult books. So we were talking about books. I love to read. She obviously likes to read. We talked about, where she finds inspiration. And she was talking about the interconnectedness of us as humans, the interconnection of humans, with things in our environment. And then she was talking about the new sort of theme that she's thinking about are lines of this and lines of that, and lines, right? We spend a lot of time in lines. And so how can lines play into some of her storylines? I could say lines again. And so that was a lot of fun. And then when she came in, then a couple came in, and they came in to eat. They'd haven't heard about us, had never been to our shop, decided to eat in, which I say all the time, if you don't mind eating in my, what looks like a garage, it's cleaner than a garage. Well, it's cleaner than my garage. Maybe not some. But if you want to eat in my garage, then yes, please. And then I'm chatting with them, and they ordered 2 different pizzas that are interesting to them, and tell me that they like the white was their favorite of the 2 that they ordered. And then a woman came in. Anyway, so my day ended up being, I met this amazing woman, Jen. Jen is another locally owned women business in Kalamazoo. She and her husband, Jen and Sean, and we were talking about, she's started her business 15 years ago. And anyway, the story of Pizza Katerina and the story of, where we're going. And then I was talking about these events, and she's like, oh, I would love to do that for my groups. Could you hold us here? Yeah, I can. And this is the number. And this is sort of, it's like, and then, so I'm super excited. I'm working with this kid that I really like working with, who makes a really great pizza. And I'm parked in my parking lot. I got to go in because I got to pot bread for Lon. And then Jimmy usually makes dough balls on Tuesday nights, and it's Tuesday. And one of the things about me is I have lower back situations, and it's fine, but I don't make dough balls anymore because they're very hard. That is a labor job, so it's very hard on my body, and so I don't do them. Well, he's got work late, and I need dough balls. I gotta have them. So last night we closed up shop, put out my last order, locked the doors. I start making dough balls. I gotta do 7 rounds of dough balls last night. And as a business owner, you know that everything rests and falls on you. And you don't get to say, oh, I just don't want to do that. There's none of that. That's not how it works. It is not how it works. And Lon came in wanting bread. He's a regular bread customer, and he's going up north today. And he goes, Mel, I'm looking for bread. And I said, I don't have any today. I said, I'll have some on Wednesday, because typically I make it on Wednesday mornings. And he's like, all right, I'll be back Wednesday before I go up north. And so now I'm late. I'm making dough balls, but I've made a commitment to Lon to have bread, and I will have bread today. So I eat up this morning at 4:30. Jimmy and I do our morning chats. And we get up, get ready to go to work, make myself my tea. He makes himself some coffee. We're walking out the door together, laughing about our exhaustion. And, oh God, sorry, my back is bad. And anyway, it hurts to get out of cars. Anyway, so here I am. Here's my pizza shop. I can't see it, but we're at my pizza shop. That is my day yesterday. Today I have a super exciting day ahead. Highlights are I am going over to another locally owned women business. She is going to let me use her blast freezer. And so I am making par bakes, making bread, making par bakes this morning. And I got a couple of dough balls that I'm going to freeze. I know, isn't my hair lovely? I get my hair cut today at 11. And so I get to, and my bread is so beautiful. Okay, so I make overnight bread. How do I turn it around? I make overnight bread. I need 1, 2, 3, 4 dough balls. I make 2 different types of pizzas to blast freeze. But it's my very good friend Heather's birthday was this weekend. And her significant other texted me and asked if I could surprise her with mailing her some of my pizzas to Oregon and Washington State. So I've got my ovens turned on. Okay, I don't know how to turn around. So here's my bread. She's so lovely. Look how happy she is. She started way down here, and now look at her. She's so pretty. I love my bread. Look at it. You're so beautiful. She's going to be so good. She's one of my favorite things. I love yeast. I'm not allowed to eat a lot of yeast because yeast will make me chubby. I'm not chubby, but chubby. It'll make me chubby. So I get to blast freeze some stuff today, make some pizzas and mail them to my good friend Heather for her birthday today. And I'll take some video clips and share them as I go. So again, this may just be for me. It's long, right? 17 minutes. You probably don't got shit time to listen to this. I hear you. I will put a disclaimer out. I'm me, and I ain't changing for shit. And if you don't fucking like it, then you're going to have to find something else to watch, even if you want to watch this, which you probably don't, because I'm really not that interesting. But I do have an interesting life. I am not that interesting, but my life is very fun and interesting. And now I got to go. Because as soon as I'm done potting my bread and taking my dough balls out and turn my ovens on, I got to leave again and go home, pick up my kids, take them to school because my one son's car's broke down. And it's in the shop. And I got a call today because I forgot to call yesterday. So now I'm going to go wash my hands. And I'm going to bang out some bread and get it ready so it's rising. So when I come back, I can bake it. Anyway. All right. I hope you have a good day. This is Melody from Pizza Katerina signing off.